Johan had a family on Vesta. They should be compensated for what he did to the cause.
Johan assaulted you, and you defended yourself. If he had survived, he would have been punished and then discharged. And you owe his family anything. It's a gracious impulse. I'll have the quartermaster arrange to give Johan's family a month of fuel pellets.
Thank you. My name is Philip Inaros. I was a friend of Johan's. I'm sorry for what happened. It was... Johan was...
You don't want to lie, Philip. You're tired of lying.
My name is Philip Inaros. I served with Johan in the Free Navy. Sorry for your loss. Supplies are being sent to you as tribute by his service. He died honorably. Safik Wako Inaros, Annabelle.
Philip. I'm sorry. It almost, feels like... And we have a little of the opening credit behind, no? It was increasing, it was like things for battles, old. Oof! You're gonna obey to Draper? Draper! Draper? You're insane! I love you so much! What? What is it, Naomi? She was frozen, like... It was not hallucination or something else, just it was blur, it was... Naomi?
Clarissa, you need to find the magnetic bottle power baseline. Most likely...
Calm down, Peaches, you can do it. Calm. Girls? No. 3 outside, 1 inside. I hope that it's gonna be okay. You're right.
She did good. It looks like they were trying to wipe their data core. We'll need to rush to crack the encryption.
I'm alright.
She...
Alright, or now ready to talk about it already?
Not ready.
Okay.
And thank you for not pushing her.
You should have access to whatever's there.
What?
Nothing left.
Come. Miss Stewart, thank you for what happened. What makes you think anything good? Well, for the past several hours...
You want to talk with her?
Something really, really bad happened.
Really, really good.
Or we caught a break. I didn't bring you here to talk about that. You get the good news in short order.
But?
I want to
You want a propaganda? Yes.
You have your minions for that.
I'm not asking you to lie for me. I'm asking you to tell me the truth. Not just the
To show the truth
but what
that
you
you see
the lives we've lost, the pain we've suffered.
is
All the
real,
things the regular news
but as much as theirs
That's not going to change any culture's minds.
also.
They might, the few and the margin, and make it just a little harder for them to feel good about killing Earthers.
Okay.
Or don't. And wonder, with every new attack, if that was the one you could have stopped.
You're manipulating her, Chris Rand. I don't like that.
You give a really good guilt trip.
I practice a lot when I'm alone.
To yourself. I'm divided about that.
Using the mods, it's just reflex.
I saw what that rocket did to the ship, so I'm pretty sure it would feel by the shell open if it hit her.
You're trying to make me feel better about almost drowning in it.
You saved her life. Take the win.
You're smiling? You're laughing, Amos.
What if we talk?
I love so much this relationship.
The only real reason I understood it was as a favor to Aaron's. That's how I've been thinking about you. As an obligation. And how you were trying to help. But we had a plan. And when you change that plan without going through the chain of command, you put all of us at risk. As long as you're part of the crew, you do what I say, when I say. You see a problem? Talk to me first. No more deciding for yourself what the new plan is.
I get it.
It means you're a part of this crew and you're gonna stay. That was a good talk.
You know you just got to shoot out, right?
That's the first time he said I was part of the crew.
Uh-huh.
Telescopes are showing nothing of its expected location. And no indication it was destroyed.
So you know they know.
Captain.
If they got the data core intact, they'll be able to locate the rocks that are still in flight and all the rest that are ready to launch.
They'll redeploy their fleets. And head out.
Can you use that?
You said the fight would come soon, no? Because we're never going to give cities out there sentimental that way.
I am.
I'll be ready.
Ceres is gonna be the place where you're gonna fight? Oh, not Ceres. It represents too much. That's why you are choosing it. Yes, I'm gonna watch the hidden bonus content. No, I'm not gonna watch it during this video. I'm gonna make another video just for it. Because I need an entire review to talk about what happened during this episode. I love so much that each characters, they all have their own stories, their own developments. While we are progressing into the story, we are evolving, we are doing a lot of stuff. So many stuff are happening, and it's short episodes, you know, like, for example, this morning I watched The Wheel of Time. It's 1 hour episode. Right now it's 45 minutes episodes. I think even less than that, in fact. Yes, 40 minutes episode, and still all of the things that are happening into it, with the actions, with all of the different events, with the informations that we are learning, with all of that. And with that, we have stuff for characters to make their developments, to make stories only for them, like for Peaches, all of that thing with our relationship with Draper, the fact that she's not really into the crew, not yet. She did that mission, she saved Draper, that was part of the action, but we know what it meant for both of them. And after that, that moment with Alden just right there, her reacting like that, understanding that it means that she's considered as a part of the crew, like with action moments while the story is going on, you know, is doing its stuff. You have stuff also about the characters and deep stuff, important stuff, like Naomi, who is frozen like that, who can't do the thing. The last time that she jumped like that into the space, Remember when it was? It was during the last season and she almost died and Alex died and all of that happened with Philip and all. Like, she's traumatized by that. During the first episode, we already saw that she was really tired, exhausted by all of these fights, and she's afraid of losing someone else. Like, she wants everyone to be safe and she's afraid of losing people. She's tired of fighting. It's too much for her. And right there I think that it was that, you know, like it was too much for her to ask her. Maybe it's PTSD, maybe it's something else, but it's related to that, to what happened during the last season. There also something about Draper, about Amos, how he's acting with Peaches, protecting her, defending her. Also the fact that, you know, he still doesn't understand why they are so involved into all of these missions, different ones, because for him there is really one thing which counts, is the fact that they have to kill Malco. That's all of what he wants. And also we know how Amos is. Everything is a job, you know, for him. And then I like the fact that he's not pushing Naomi, you know, to say stuff and all. He was already like that during the last episode, and also, you know, since a long time into their relationship. For that I appreciate Alden because he's respectful. At some point, you know, he's not anymore, like his nerves are exploding, but for now he's respectful, he's letting her the time to understand herself better, you know, to understand where she is right now into her mind and all. I truly appreciate that. So the mission that they made, it was not to destroy but to capture that ship, to have these informations about where all of the rocks are, so you can destroy them, you know, in advance before Malco using them against you. Malco, he knows that you know. He's acting like it's a declaration of war, like you're gonna fight back. You're already at war, you know, Malco. You began this war. But at least he knows. And I'm glad that he knows, you know. He was too confident on himself. Even if he has all of these things with Philip to worry about. Philip, who really killed his friend. I was in denial, but you were right. He truly killed Johan. Why do I still want to have hope on Philip? I'm beginning to be, you know, to be disappointed. Not by him, but by me believing into him so much. Him is only doing bad stuff since a long time. So I shouldn't be disappointed because of him. It's really me who trust him that much to be able to change and all. The fact that he's showing me stuff like emotions, feelings that I appreciate, like he's feeling ashamed about what he did with his father, the fact that he doesn't want to follow his father anymore, a lot of things which are showing me that I can have hope for him, but his actions are speaking loudly than his emotions, than his feelings right there. Because during this episode, his actions, Philip, it was to admit that he killed his friend, to get out of jail, you know, even if he shouldn't, to lie about how his friend died, to accept to do that lie, to play with it, to send that message to his family lying about it. Okay, he did that good thing, you know, good gesture about giving stuff to his family, but like you can do something, you know, in compensation of the fact that you killed their kid. I shouldn't, but I still have hope. It's bad, you know, because one part of me is beginning to lose hope on the kid and to admit that maybe he's lost. In fact, his emotions are on one side, the fact that his actions are on the other side, and so bad. That's it, at some point I can't support you anymore, kid. Malco knows it also, about his son being so disturbed. He's blaming his son. He doesn't trust his son. What that girl, you know, that conversation that he had with her, it was really to show us that Malco, he wants his son to be in a certain way, but he doesn't consider him as someone who can act for himself, by himself. The fact that you need him and you need him to be like you want him to be. Oh, I would have wished, you know, for Philip to hear that. So the Rocinante crew, I'm so glad that Draper is back into the Rocinante crew. I want some interactions now between her and Peaches and Amos, you know, that triangle can be interesting, you know, they all have certain relationships with each other, you know, funny friendships with each other, like it could be fun to have the three of them being friends. I hope that Draper is gonna stay for a while with them, it could be great. She is there in the name of Chris Wren, she's commanding them. That was fun, that moment also, you know, with Orden being like, am I gonna obey to her? Really? Oh, and Drummer with that guy. At first he gave me really a bad impression. You know, I was almost like, Drummer, you're supposed to take my girl with you, but in fact you can't do what you're supposed to do, she's not gonna be so safe with you. You know, stuff like that, like, I can't trust you, you can't do what I want. A bad impression. After that, the fact that he has this information that we can use, I'm like, okay, we need to have this information, we need to have you on our side. But even if she managed to convince him, talking about Ashford, even if she managed to do so, I don't want to trust him neither. He followed Marco at first. He said that it was because, you know, he was impressed by him, you know, by his ideas and all. Maybe a part of it is true. I think also that he might be someone who is looking for his own interest, you know, in stuff. I don't know. I don't know, because if it would be the case, you know, if he was only searching for his own interest, he wouldn't accept, you know, for Marco to treat him like that, and he would, that's gonna be really familiar what I'm gonna say, he would suck Marco's pulse a lot if I was right, and he's not doing that. I don't know what to think about him, I don't know. Why not doing that mission with him, having him on our side for a while, but I want more time with him and I want more actions coming from him to trust him. He didn't give me any reason to trust him. Chris Wren, I'm not sure of what Chris Wren did, you know, during this episode. You know how much I love her. I love Shorey even more than I love Chris Wren, the character. I love Shorey really like that. But Chris Wren, the character right there, I'm not sure of her actions. I understand why she wants that. I understand why she would try, you know, to show to the Belters what they are doing to the Earthers, being like, okay, you want us to be like you, to be like the Belter, you know, that's what he said, that guy, during the last episode. By killing us, by destroying our home, the fact that we have no home anymore, the fact that we are losing people, great, we are like you, is it really what you want? And like she said, she wants them to not be so cool, you know, about killing people. Okay, for that, okay. But on the other hand, I have the impression that she's not considering, you know, by seeing that, by doing that, you're not considering all of the pain that the Belters felt and still feel right now. And the fact that they think that they are fighting for a cause. I wouldn't do that, you know, it wouldn't be the way that I would choose. I would prefer, you know, to make videos, to find stuff about Marco to prove that he's a bad person, that he's manipulating you and all of that, than to in fact fall into his trap of someone against someone else, you know. It can't be that. If it's that, this war can't end. Do you understand what I mean? If you're really going against Marco, saying that all of what he's saying is wrong and his cause is not the good one, he's the villain, and all of the persons fighting with him are bad persons, you're not gonna win and this war is never gonna end. You need to show them what he's doing wrong, the fact that he's a manipulator and a liar, and to tell to these birthers that you understand them, you hear them, and you're gonna do stuff going with their cause, and because of that you can win and you can end that war. I really think so. And of course we have two things, you know, in parallel of this story. We have that thing about what is happening with that little girl and our animals. That strange dog, which is really a mystery. Did he really eat that bird? I don't know. I think that we're gonna discover that at the beginning of the next episode. So we have that little mystery, and we have also that other one with ships disappearing when they are entering into the ring. It's related to the proto-molecule. I have the impression that it has been 2 seasons now, I mean 1 season and 2 episodes, that we are not talking anymore about the proto-molecule, that we are not discovering new stuff about it, and it's making me worried. Things can happen while we are turning our heads on something else, you know, like we are so focused into that war right now, fighting against each other, that we are not seeing what is happening with the ring, with these ships disappearing, with the proto. I don't think that it can be an answer, you know, or something like that, like a common enemy is gonna reunite them. Maybe it's just gonna be another war after this one. Okay, I'm gonna end this video right now with this review, and I'm gonna film my reactions to the bonus content related to that episode on another video. I think that I'm gonna post them on the same day. If it's the case, I'm gonna put you the link, you know, for that video already into the eye if you want to watch that bonus content with me. So it's all for you for today, for this video at least, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.